Hello everyone, my name is Sami from ERP Hub. In today's video, I'll be providing a full walkthrough and overview on Zoho CRM. As your business expands, it becomes nearly impossible to keep track of your prospects manually when using spreadsheets and scattered notes in decentralized locations. A CRM system is necessary to optimize the performance of your business. I'll start off with explaining what exactly a CRM system is and walk you through each of the modules in the system. I'll be showing you some key features on the application and how to customize some settings if you're a new CRM user. This includes configuring your email, importing a list of leads, creating workflows, and integrating other Zoho applications. Let's get started. A customer relationship management system combines client information, sales activities, and automated processes to support a company's contacts and connections. Businesses utilize it to automate sales and marketing procedures, manage and store customer data, and keep track of client interactions. Essentially, a CRM system gives organizations a central location to store customer and prospect information, track customer interactions, and communicate this information with coworkers. Every query, every service request, every preference, and every past contact information about every customer is readily accessible with the CRM system in place. By sending emails, offering customer care, monitoring salespeople, and developing marketing campaigns, it makes it easier for firms to manage client interactions. CRMs also provide sophisticated analytics and reporting tools to assist firms in understanding consumer behavior and spotting trends. Businesses can more accurately predict clients' needs and wants to provide more individualized customer experiences. Ultimately, CRM systems help companies to improve customer relationships, increase sales, and boost customer loyalty, leading to increased profitability. Without a CRM system in place, businesses will struggle to keep track of customer segmentation, data, conversations, and feedback. Furthermore, they may miss out on opportunities to build strong, long-lasting relationships with their customers, as well as to anticipate their needs and offer loyalty programs. As such, having a CRM system in place is essential for any business that wants to manage their customer relationships effectively. Now, when you first log into the CRM, you'll be taken to the home page here, and this is the main page you'll see. It's highly customizable, and the dashboard you see on the home page can be organized to look any way you want, and that's what people usually do when they first get into the CRM. They like to customize this and pull the data that they want to see on their dashboard. You can create multiple dashboards by clicking on this arrow here and clicking on this blue button and going through with that process. You can create multiple dashboards. Maybe you'll have one for sales, one for management, one for operations. Each department has different things that they may want to show on their dashboard, and this is your launching point where you can see what your day is looking like for the day. What tasks do you have? Are there leads that you're supposed to be working with? If you're talking about finance, what your sales are for the day, week, or month, which invoices are open. All of that information can be customized and pulled on your dashboard homepage. We're now on the leads module, and once you click on here, you'll see a full list of all the leads that are in your system. You'll see the standard view, and there are also different ways that you can view it by clicking here and going through the different views. You can also customize this in different ways, add filters to organize your leads, and this is where you're going to be gathering all of the information for your contact that is a lead or a prospect customer. And once you have their information in the system, as a business, it's your job to convert that lead into a deal and go through the sales pipeline until they become a customer. And it's your job to nurture them and provide them with resources and content to nurture them as they go through their sales process. We're currently on the deals module now, and Zoho offers a Kanban view of your records. So when you're looking at your deals, you see the various stages that you have to go through to complete a deal. And whether it's advertisement, cold call, employee referral, with this, you'll know exactly what stage your prospect is at, and you can help nurture them and guide them through the sales journey to make sure that they feel nurtured and trusted as a customer. And as a business, you need to create that authority and build that relationship with your customer on this stage so that they trust you to continue to do business with you. We have an analytics module as well, and this is similar to the homepage, but it allows you to customize your dashboard a little better. You can create custom little widgets, views, and you can also put the dashboards or visualizations that you create here on your homepage if it's an important piece of information that you want to present daily. On the left side here, on the left navigation panel, we have different types of dashboards that are pre-created that can be used to help with your decision making. So if you were to come here on your analytics module, it is your data that is consolidated into information, and this information can help you in making better decisions or finding or identifying areas of improvement where you can build your processes better. There's also a reports module in the CRM system, and they are highly customizable as well. You can pull data from multiple modules and divide them across multiple organizations. There are many template reports that you can use, and you can see them on the side here. And what these reports do is help you better understand how your business is performing on a deeper level. There's various reports for different types of things. Here we have a deals by probability, and this will just tell you the likelihood or probability of you completing a deal when it's at a certain stage. There's also sales by lead source, and you can further design and create more reports to help you better understand how your business is performing and how to do things better as a business. To access your settings module, you would just click on this icon here on the top right corner, and this will give you access to the back end where you can go ahead and customize some things in the CRM. First, we'll start off with general settings, and this is where you'll set up your phone number, email address, all of those types of things, your company details, company logos. There's also a calendar booking section that allows you to set up custom links, so you can set out a link to someone that will add a booking onto your calendar. There's also a motivator section here, which allows you to set up screens, who's closed the most deals, who's made the most phone calls, who's progressed leads to a certain stage. You can basically set up all of those things internally with your sales team to track how your team is doing to hopefully motivate them to improve. Under the users and control, this is where you'll manage all of your users. You're going to set up all of the security here as well. Who can see what, who can do what, who can delete things, who can export things. You can set up basic control settings and compliance settings as well. And there's also a territory management section that lets you set up territories and assign people within those territories. And the last thing is you set up your domain here as well, in which we'll discuss that in a future video. Under channels, this is where you'll manage your email settings. You can set up telephony. Zoho has a lot of third-party integrations that allows you to make phone calls within the CRM, where it logs that information in for any future usage that you may have. There's also a signals section here, which basically looks at a contact and see how you set that up. You can see how many emails they've opened or even what their level of engagement is. Signals is essentially a running list of everything that happens within your accounts, and you can also set up portals to allow external users to have access to things within your CRM. Under customization, you have the modules and fields section where you can set up your modules that are located here on the top of your screen and the fields within those modules. Wizards allow you to guide through your different processes with steps. Pipelines is where you can design the stages in your sales pipeline. Templates is where you can make your job a lot easier. Say you have a lead that hits a certain stage in your sales pipeline. You can send out a automation email that automatically sends out an email to them when they hit that certain stage, which just allows you to have a smoother process and allows you to run things more efficiently. There's also a copy customization feature that allows you to take the whole CRM system that you have and copy it into another version of a CRM system. Canvas view allows you to customize the views of a page that you're on, and you can also set up translations, which are the actions that you need to take before moving on to the next stages in your sales pipeline. Now, automation section is where you'll get the most value in your CRM. You can set up workflow rules, so if an action occurs, then it triggers another action to occur automatically. You can also set up schedules, actions, and assignment rules, which are when an action occurs, it automatically assigns that rule to someone. There's also case escalation rules, which is when a ticket is assigned or when a ticket hits a certain stage, you can automatically escalate that ticket to another member of your team. There's also scoring rules, which allows you to score your employees based on the interactions they have within your organization. So it ends up creating a score or a grade for your employee to determine whether they are legitimate prospects and whether you actually have a legitimate chance of converting that lead into a customer. And yeah, there's also a segmentation section which allows you to divide your leads into categories. Under the process management section, there are blueprints, and these lock people in, so if they're working through a deal, they can't progress onto the next stage until they go through the various transitions in your blueprint sales pipeline. You can also adjust your approval processes, review processes, and command center here, and we'll go into depth with this section on another video. Under data administration, this is where you can import and export your data, and there's also a data backup where you can simply back up your data and manage the data that's coming in and out. There's also a recycle bin where you can trash things that are in your CRM system to make sure that everything is clean and nothing is outdated in your CRM system. The audit log allows you to track everything that is going on in your CRM system. Say that you have a record that is in your CRM system that got deleted. Here you can access your audit log and understand who took those actions, and maybe you want to remove their capabilities and what they're allowed to do in the CRM system. So that can help you with that. Under Sandbox is where you can make changes to your CRM and test them without it going live. So this can help with the developer section of your CRM system. Marketplace, this is where you can add applications and integrations. You've got built-in ones already with Zoho, Google, and Microsoft, but if you access the All section under Marketplace, there are thousands of integrations that you can use for various applications that you can pull in and have integrated with the CRM. And under Developer Space is where you build custom applications and scripts. Using APIs, you can make external calls from other applications as well. This is where you can contact ERP Hub and we can help you make these changes for you. Custom functions can allow you to do multiple things in your CRM system, almost about anything. Under Client Script, it allows you to do things internally. Maybe you have a client that you're trying to convert to a deal. When you're creating that deal, client-side scripting can populate information on their end when they're at a certain stage. The widgets appear on your homepage screen and you can customize that here under this section as well. And that is a general overview of all the settings that you have in your CRM system. Once you have your CRM set up and designed how you prefer, you're going to need to get your data inside the CRM system. In this case, we'll imagine we're importing a list of leads. So to import a list of leads, you would just click on the Leads module, and there'll be a blue button on your top right corner, which includes a drop-down menu where you can import your leads. So on this screen here, you can import your file on this wizard. It's important to know that if you're going to use up to 5,000 rows of data, you'll have to use a CSV file. But if it goes above 30,000 records, you'll have to break it down into multiple CSV files. On this page here, you'll just browse through and find a file. And once you're done with that, you can click on the next button. Here, start off by selecting a layout for your lead. And here you'll have to make an important decision on what you want to do with the records on your files. So when you're importing these new leads, The first option is to add them as new leads, which we would need to tell Zoho what's new and what's not. Or we can choose to update the leads that already exist in the CRM system only, or we can do both. We can add the new leads into the system and update the existing leads that are in the system. For this video, we'll do both. And once you do that, you can click on Next. Now, once you're on this page, there are two columns that you need to recognize and identify. And on the far left, there's fields in the file, which include all of the fields that are in the file that you just imported. And then there's fields in Zoho CRM. On this page here, you'll have to map out and make sure that everything is aligned with each other. So when a new record is added onto the CRM system for a lead, it correctly identifies which information to add to which field. So once you do that, you can click on Next. But it's important to recognize when you're mapping your fields out to do this correctly, because later down the line, if you don't have your data mapped out correctly, it can lead to a jumble of information and a disorganized database. There's also an option of auto mapping, which auto maps all of your fields that are in your system that you're trying to import. However, I do recommend to manually go through this process and make sure that all of your fields are aligned correctly. Now, once you click on Next and you're on the next page, there will be 3 different things that you can configure. On the top, you can add assignment rules and assign owners based on the assignment rules. You also have trigger automation and process management features, which means pretty much that when a new record is added onto the system, you can create a trigger automation that is asking them to do something, maybe whether it's filling out a form, a new lead form, or confirming that you have an appointment. There's various things that you can do with this feature. It just depends on how you're going to do it. Once you're done with all of this, you can even assign follow-up tasks, and that goes hand in hand with creating a workflow. And once you're done, you can just click on Finish, and that will create this lead import into your system. So once you're on the settings, you can click on Email under Channels. At the top, we have Email Configuration, and there are tabs below that as well. Compose settings include what font do you want your emails to be in and what size, what address do you want your emails to be coming from. And here you can also add an email signature here by clicking on the blue button and following through with that process. To set up your email, it is a very simple process. And to get started, you would just click on this email tab here. On this CRM account, we already have a GML integration set up, so you won't see the same thing that I'm seeing right now. But when you're first starting off in the CRM, it'll give you 3 different options: IMAP, POP, and API. We generally recommend using IMAP, and with IMAP, what you're doing is if you're reading something on one device, it marks it as read in another device. If you move something over to one device, it automatically moves that to that folder on whatever device you're working on. Now, if you're using POP, it just pulls that email in and treats everything separately. So if you're reading something on one device, it won't show up as read on another device. And if you're moving things from various CRM systems, it won't reflect that onto your other devices. For Gmail and Office 365 and most email softwares, we recommend using IMAP, and you can put your credentials in. And under this section, you can also make email sharing permissions private, public, or customer record sharing, which allows you to choose who can see the emails that you're sending within your CRM system. Opening up, we'll go into depth about the Leads module. When you open up and click on the Leads module, you'll see a full list of all the leads that are in your system. Each row is equivalent to one lead that is in your system. To access the lead information, you would just click on the lead, and this is where you'll see all of the information that is associated with that lead. And the way we describe what a lead really is, it's essentially a business card. It's a person that works at a company who you might do business with in the future. The concept of this whole CRM and this lead module is that we want to get their information in here, get them qualified, and then move them over to the sales pipeline once you've had some meaningful conversations with them. So opening up the page, you can highlight key information at the top, which includes lead owner and contact information like phone, contact, email. And as you scroll down and look at the various fields that are here, one that is important is the lead status. And it's important because it tells you where they are as a lead and where they are in the nurturing pipeline. Scrolling down the page, you see that we're capturing a variety of information and everything from their annual revenue to what company they work for, or maybe even the website of their business, or the number of employees. Lead status is the most important field out of all of them because it makes sure that it matches your actual steps that you're doing in your lead outreach. So if you're doing outbound dialing, you might want the status of your lead. Now, within the lead, if you look on the left navigation panel, you have this open activity section, and this shows you anything that's scheduled to happen within this lead. And these tasks are useful for making sure that there's a deliverable and a specific next step with any lead that's in your system. If you scroll down and click on emails, this is where you can view all of the emails that were sent to this contact or lead. And this is used to track everything that is going on within this lead and tracking the interactions that they have. So there's also different lists that you can add onto your lead. There's different lists that you can add on the left navigation panel. Once you convert your lead into a deal, this can be done by clicking on this button, or you can configure it to be done automatically once they hit a certain stage. Once a lead is converted, it'll be converted into a contact, account, and deal. So once you convert your lead into a deal, the business card becomes the account, and the person becomes the contact, and the deal represents the transaction going forward with that specific lead. When you're running a business, you'll run into different types of customers that you may want to segment into groups. Now, as a CRM user, you may need a different outlook on how things are presented to you within the CRM to make it more accessible and easier to read. So, to sort out the things that you want to see and just see those, there's a filter option on the top left corner that lets you do that with custom views. Here we're looking at the leads in our system, and as you can see, we have the different fields that are captured, like phone, email, CNIC, start date, end date, and we even have lead source. You've got a variety of lead sources and where your leads can come from. And as your leads get populated, you may want to sort these down so you can focus on the leads that you want to. If you click on the drop-down arrow here, Zoho gives you a checklist where you can narrow down your leads based on certain criteria. You can also create a new custom view by going down and clicking on this blue button here. Overall, these allow you to segment your customers into groups in which you can come up with customized campaigns for those personalized groups. When creating your own custom view, you'll have to start off by giving it a name from the top. Then choose the field specific to the CRM that you want to filter, and sometimes this can be multiple fields. In this case, we'll do when the lead source is chat. Now, in this case, we want to filter it out, so when the lead source is chat, that's the only leads that will be presented to us. So on the bottom section here, you can add all of the, fields that you want to integrate within that filter. And you can also even add more criteria by clicking on this plus icon here. And once you're done configuring everything, you can click on save, and that will add a custom view for your leads. And you can access that by just clicking on this drop down menu and looking and finding the custom view that you just created. So now you will be able to filter your leads. So whenever a lead source is coming from chat, you'll be able to see it here in your system in just those leads. We're currently on a record for an account in our CRM system, and this is the view of the page that captures all of the information of the account. There's not really much to it. However, it's important to note that there can be many accounts associated with one account in your CRM system. So if you open one of your accounts, you'll see the different types of information that you're capturing. In this module, we're tracking things like industry, company website, employees, annual revenue, fields that might not make sense to track for an individual contact, but you want to have file for the account as a whole. Scrolling down the page, there is also a contacts and deals section, and these lists show you all the contacts and deals that are associated with the following account. Now we'll move on to the contacts module. Now we'll talk about the contacts module for a brief moment. The contact module looks very similar to the leads module, and they're the two most similar records in the system. If you enter into a record contact in our system, you can see that the information that we're capturing is very similar. So again, like the list that we have in our deals, we have the same for our contacts. So any deal that is associated with a particular contact can be found here, and you can directly access it from here as well. You can have more than one transaction or engagement with one individual person at a company. The deals are at the bottom over here, and they fall at the bottom of the hierarchy, nested between the accounts and the contacts. Now we'll jump into the deals module. This module is where a lot of the workflow of the CRM really takes place. We're looking at the deals based on their Kanban view, which divides into the various stages in your sales pipeline. So here we can see that these stages are advertisement, cold call, employee referral, external referral. These are fully customizable and can be changed based on the stages of your sales pipeline. Now, if we go back to the list view and click on a record, we can see the full view of the deal and what type of information that we're capturing. Here are the various transitions that are in the deals, and by clicking on these, you can navigate through your sales pipeline until you are completed with the deal. Here we also are capturing a lot of information similar to the account and contacts module, where you'll have the contact name and account name associated with the deal. The main difference is working with the deal is that you'll have an extra set of information that is specific to that transaction. Lastly, here within the deal, under open activities, here you can add new different tasks, meetings, or calls based on the deal. And you can do that straight from here by following through with the process. Last thing, you can schedule a call for the future by clicking here, and you can schedule a call or call now straight from the CRM as well if you have a integration in place to let you do that. A powerful tool in CRM is being able to set up your email templates. By setting up your email templates, you can save a lot of time and effort. Having your templates already ready, that means you're be able to focus on your marketing campaigns and delivering the best customer experience as they're going through their sales pipeline and customer journey. To set up an email template, you would just click on the settings icon on the top right corner, and under customization, click on templates. Now, each one of the templates that you create is module specific. So when you're creating a new template, clicking on this blue button here, the first thing it's going to ask you is which module do you want to associate the template with. For now, we'll go with leads. Zoho gives you a bunch of templates that you can use. If you scroll down, many people decide that they want to send out a blank email template, standard, and we don't suggest you doing that. You can design and compose your email however you want it to look. For this video, I'll just be choosing a random template to use. You can scroll through and see which one works best for your business. Start off by naming your template and your subject. And once you're on this page, you'll be on the builder page of the email. And this is where you can drag and drop various things that you want to show on your email. And the most important feature on this builder page is being able to add the hashtag icon. And this is where you can add fields from your CRM. You can toggle through the various modules that are in your system and add fields that are associated with those. Once you're done customizing however you want your email template to look, you can click on save, and you would just have to choose which folder you want to save this to. And now you're ready to use it. To use your template, you would just go to the leads module and select a lead record that is in your system. To send out an individual email, you would just click on this blue button here. And to use your template, click on this button. And here you can view all of the templates that are in your system already. And this welcome email, this is ready to send out by just clicking on this blue button here. Now, what if I want to send out a mass email? Go back to your leads module. This is where you can have a full list view of all the leads that are in your system. And to send out a mass email, you would just click on this actions button here. Scroll down and click on mass email. Create mass email. And you can choose the template here as well. And you would just go through the process. You can also even create trigger actions. So when an email is opened or an email is clicked, you can update fields, add follow-up tasks, or even schedule a call. And that can all be done here. Once you're done with this mass email setup, you can just click on send. Before we cover the integrations within CRM, we'll discuss creating workflows. Workflow rules are a set of actions that are executed when certain specified conditions are met. These rules automate the process of sending email notifications, assigning tasks, and updating certain fields of a record when a rule is triggered. The important thing to know is that they're essentially if-then statements. If this action occurs, then do this other action. We'll go through how to set up one of these right now as an example. Under automation, click on workflow rules. On the top right, you can click on this blue button to create a new rule. And similar to the email templates, these rules are specific to one module. The module you choose is where this triggers. So if I wanted something to happen when a new deal state changes, then I would need to select the deals as my module. You can start off by naming your rule, and then you can click on next. Once you click on next, the first thing you need to do is define the if part of your statement. So here you have three options. The first one is on a record action. You can trigger based on a record action, and these include when a new record is created or edited or even deleted. And you can say something like, when a deal stage goes to closed and the amount is over $50,000, then do this action. You can also set up workflows to be on date and time. So based on my closing date, when we're 1 day before the closing date of a deal, do this particular action. This could be used for a use case where you have a proposal sent date and 3 days after you want to send a reminder to follow them up with something. There's a lot of use cases that you can use this date and time workflow for. In this case, we'll go for when a new deal is created or edited, and you can click on next. So in this case, we'll go when a deal is created or edited, and once you've clicked on next, you got to figure out what type of trigger you're going to use. We have to tell Zoho what our criteria is, what we're looking for the system to do once the initial condition is met. In this case, we want this to occur when the stage hits a certain point. You can click on next once you've configured this. So we want this to occur when the stage is at a certain stage. So for this example, we'll do qualification. Now that we've defined our if, the next step is to define our then, which means the action to trigger. You can trigger various different actions. You can do field updates, like updating the related account to which a client is associated with is commonly used. When your deal is moved to the closing stage, you may want to ensure that the contact is connected with the related account. You can also change the owner of the record and notify relevant parties, as well as add tasks and records. And you can also create custom webhooks to send data externally or create custom functions to trigger more complex actions. In this case, we'll create a task, and here you'll have a list of all the tasks that are already in your system, and you can create a new task by clicking here and triggering all of the details here. So once you've done that, you can just click on continue and you'll be set up with this workflow. So when a new deal is updated or it moves to a certain stage, then it will create a task that will notify your team to create an invoice. You can create many workflows that are related to the various modules in your system, and there's a lot of opportunities within the CRM to leverage workflows and reduce the time and effort you're taking to administer your CRM. Within Zoho CRM, and to access these integrations, you would just click on your settings and under Marketplace, click on Zoho. And here is a full list of the suite of applications available in Zoho that you can integrate within Zoho CRM. CRM has native integrations for Zoho Books, so you can do your invoicing, estimation, and sales orders. All can be managed inside the CRM and right over to Zoho Books as your system of accounting. It's important to note that sometimes these integrations can get done. However, in other cases, these integrations may require a back-end sort of customization. If you scroll down here, we also have a Zoho Campaigns integration, which allows you to manage your email campaigns and the emails you sent straight from the CRM. There is also a analytics integration, and it's important because it allows you to pull data, information, and insights which can be implemented onto your CRM dashboards. There's also Zoho Desk integration, and what this does, it allows you to have full transparency on the tickets that are in your Zoho Desk system, and it adds them onto your leads and contacts module in your CRM, so you have full transparency once again on all your tickets, and you can quickly answer them straight from the CRM to save a lot of time and get things done as quick as possible. There's also a Zoho Forms integration, and this can be useful when you're getting data from a form. So say you're collecting information, you can get data into the CRM and track your forms with this. There's also Sales IQ, and this can be helpful when you have any chats that are coming in as leads. You can then follow up on them. Last visit, most recently visited page, all that type of data should be flowing through to your leads and contacts so that you have the most amount of context possible whenever you engage directly within your CRM. There are a lot of integrations that can be done, and to get the full extensibility of this product, it is recommended to make sure that these integrations are built into the system, so later down the road when you're working with all of this data that you're working with, it'll be easier to centralize everything in your CRM. Thank you for watching the CRM tutorial. I hope you all learned something new today. To access our resources, please visit our website at erphub.com. For more information and insights on Zoho, please subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time.